Differently. Lube. Ever since the first moment I spoke your name. From then on, I knew by you being in my life, things were destined to change. 'Cause lube. Let me stop bullshitting. That is shower singing. Okay, so that is private stock. If you do singing lessons and you wanna help me out, please. Hi y'all. Peace. Welcome to Sex on Shuffle. All right, so today I want to talk about lube. It's September. For the purpose of this episode, we're going to highlight the fact that September is both Sexual Health Awareness Month. It's also self-care and self-improvement month. And to me, they go together. So why not talk about something that kind of falls along the lines of being beneficial for both sides? So I said, all right, let's talk a little bit about lube. So first of all, lube is for everybody. Everybody, like every type of body, lube can be beneficial. Yes, even if you got that WAP, absolutely. Have the blessed abundance of having the juiciest WAP. I'm here for you. Hello. And you may have that, and there's still different scenarios where lubricant can be beneficial. You might get it in for long bouts of time, and you might not be producing your lubricant as quick as you are getting it in, whatever that looks like for you. But particularly penetration, if I'm talking about lubricant, even though it could be other things that don't necessarily need to be penetration with like a strap or a penis, but we'll get into that. So yeah, your lubrication might not produce as fast as you want it to. So that helps prevent that painful friction that you get. So I know I've had experiences where friction has been a problem or has been an issue. And I remember being a younger person and not knowing about lubricant and just taking it for the team because I was an advocate of sexual pleasure at that time and I wanted what I wanted. And I dealt with it afterwards because choices and consequences. So I definitely got really close and friendly with bags of ice in my younger days, but I know better, so I do better. And I share that so that you too can do better. And if you're sitting here like, I don't got that problem, then great. That's look at all the gods blessing you. But stay with me for a second. Feel like lube can still be beneficial. There are different ways you can play with lube. There's lubricant for sensitive skin. There's lubricant that's a warming. There's lubricant that's organic. Lube that has flavors. I would only use the flavored lube for like mouth to pieces, whatever pieces that is, because sometimes we want to taste a bunch of different things. I'm not a fan of flavored lube, to be honest. I always only fuck with mint because it felt so pragmatic. It made sense to me because mint can be used like if somebody's breath is hot, that tackles that. And in my experience, there were a lot of times that I've tried or, I tasted flavored lube and it didn't give me whatever it said it was, right? Like it'll be like, oh, it's strawberry. No, this tastes like tussin, right? So anyway, there's tons of lube. There's even lube with CBD in it. For folks who find CBD beneficial in a lot of ways. One example that comes up for me is for folks who deal with different types of sexual pain. The CBD oil can help with that. So yeah, there's water-based lube, silicone-based lube, CBD flavored, all the things, right? You got options. I'm a fan of options. My suggestion with options is to test out the lubricants before you get it in, because you might have sensitive skin, you might have a reaction to it, and rather be preventive. Figure that out instead of finding out when you're in the thick of it and you pussy popping on a handstand and then you have discomfort and pain and itching or whatever it is. So do yourself the favor and test it out. Also be mindful of what toys you're using, what products you're using, and whether they go together. So for example, if you're into lube that is a coconut oil based or any oil based really, we know that oil based and latex condoms, for example, don't really go together. It is best practice, at least in my experience doing sex education work, that oil based can impact the efficacy of the condom. It'll be more likely that it could break. All these other things can happen. So be mindful. If you're using latex condoms, right? If you're using barrier methods while you're having sex, then water-based is the way to go. If you're using silicone toys, the best practice is not to use silicone lube. However, I have seen folks use silicone lube. Do that at your own discretion. I haven't tried it to know. I just know from what my experience is. Let me know if you've done that before. I feel like I've seen some of my brilliant sex homies say they've done it. To me, sex toys are expensive. And if the sex toy says nah, I'm going to go with that for now until I hear otherwise. You let me know. If you listen and let me know, let's share some resources with each other. But yes, I wanted to give you a quick and dirty promo for the benefits of lubrication. Use it with penetration, whether it's strap, penis, whether you are getting it in with your fingers or any other things that have been cleaned and ready for insertion. But yeah, hook yourself up. If you want sex that's extra slippery, slipping and sliding like Trick Daddy in his prime, I am an advocate of lubricant. If you want like a longer lasting lubricant that's good for like showers or water sex or anal sex, then, silicone is a good bet because our ass doesn't really produce lubricant in the ways that like a vagina can, for example. So it's good to have like a longer lasting lube or even like a water silicone hybrid. And silicone lube on that note can be beneficial in other ways too. I have a particular silicone lube that I use for chafing. So when I'm doing joyful movement in this abundant fat ass body, I need to put lube in places like my inner thighs, where my ass does the little booty cup thing. It's helpful for the same reasons, right? For friction. So go get you some. Let me know. Tell me your stories. Tell me what you think. Do you use lube? Are you against lube? Are you still under the impression that lube means that you are less valuable either as someone on the receiver end of some penetration or the person who's penetrating? Because, again, sexual shame shows up in all the ways because that's what a lot of us have been conditioned in society. Let me know. If you have any questions about lube or anything else, as always, please hit me up on my social medias at Sex on Shuffle or at Cindy Lee Alves. Or you can reach out to me on my website, cindyleealves.com. If you want the podcast is on all the networking sites, but also on my website at cindyleealves.com/podcast. I encourage you to stay connected with me and subscribe to my monthly newsletter so you can get shimmies in your inbox. And that's when I'll update when my classes start showcasing or if I'm speaking somewhere that's publicly accessible. So yeah, I hope you have the weekend that you need or whatever day that you're listening to this, and be great, y'all. Shimmies.